To talk about an album that I grew up with. It's 30 years this year for Mecca and the Soul Brother from Pete Rock and CL Smooth. And this is an album that I grew up with, when I was like 13, 14 years old, back in 1992 when it came out. And I remember the day like it was yesterday. I remember going to the record store and buying this album. And I was standing online, and there was a dude in back of me, and he looked at the album in my hand, and he was like, "Yo, don't get that, don't buy that, bro. The album is whack or whatever." And I looked at him like, "You must be crazy," you know what I'm saying? So I had already heard like a couple joints on the radio from the radio DJs like Flex and Kid Capri, DJ Red Alert. So I was already familiar with like a lot of the songs like Skins, and Straighten It Out. They talking about bootlegging and Anger in the Nation. They talking about Nation of Islam. Lots of Loving. That's like a straight love joint. Of course everybody knows the classic record, When They Reminisce Over You, T to the ROY. That was, dedicated to Trouble T. Roy. Rest in peace, from the group Heavy D and the Boys. He sadly died back in, I think that was 91. He passed away. I remember when that happened. I remember hearing about that on the news. And Trouble T. Roy was like close to the Pete Rock and CL Smooth and Heavy D. He was a dancer for Heavy D. And they dedicated that song to him, and everybody knows that song. And that song, is dead in my heart. And it's a classic record. And the production on here from Pete Rock, one of my favorite producer all time, hip hop or any other genre. Definitely, he had that boom bap, soulful, jazzy sound. And CL Smooth with his smooth rhymes and that Nation of Islam knowledge, and they were a perfect duo. Like a Gang Starr, another great rap duo. And this definitely was a groundbreaking album for '92 and for many years to come. And you got features on here from Heavy D. Rest in peace, 'cause that was Pete Rock's cousin. I remember seeing, actually the first concert I ever went to was the Uptown MCA tour. And that was the first time I saw artists that I grew up listening to in person. Mary J. Blige was on that tour, Father MC. Jodeci was the headliner. You had Heavy D and the Boys, rest in peace Heavy D. He came out and he performed You Can't See What I Can See, because that was like a big hit single during that summer in '92. Pete Rock and CL Smooth was also on that tour, even though they wasn't signed to Uptown MCA, but they started off that show. And I think Nice and Smooth showed up as well, and a great tour. So that was like the first time I actually seen Pete Rock and CL Smooth, and they were great. They did a lot of their hits and songs from this album. You know what I mean? And this is just a great album, and can't believe it's 30 years already. It seems like just yesterday. I was listening to this album, but this is definitely one of my favorite albums ever. One of the best hip hop albums of all time. Top 10 in my opinion. I love their second album, Main Ingredient. That's a classic too. I think both their first and second albums are classic. And this is definitely an iconic album. And for people out there that never heard it, take a listen to it. Definitely take a listen to it. There's a lot of messages in this album that speaks to right now in today's society. And like I said, like if you love real hip hop, dope hip hop, positive, conscious hip hop, that speaks about, life in the ghetto and family and knowledge. This album right here is for you. So this is just my thoughts on this album turning 30 years old this week. And I love it. Definitely find my classic all time, one of the best hip hop albums all time, like I said, and check it out. Shout out to Pete Rock and CeeLo Smooth. Rest in peace, Trouble T. Roy. Rest in peace, Heavy D. And this is Triborough. And this is Triborough is Hip Hop. Salute to the whole team. Peace.